What do you think that it has taught you being an older sibling?
I think being an older sibling and like not having anyone to like guide you makes you very responsible for your own decisions because you don't really feel like, oh, I have to follow in these people's footsteps. So you are really free to do whatever you want, but sometimes that's a bad thing because you're like, what do I want to do? You know, like what should I be doing right now? And you don't have that much guidance because it really depends on you. So you have to experience everything firsthand.
It also, like, what you're saying is completely right. I mean, you experience everything firsthand, and then it's also hard because, like, for me as, like, being way older, I'm, like, 4 years older than Lou, I'm 2 years older than you, I go and do stuff, and sometimes I think, like, not obviously in the moment, but when I'm done, sometimes I think this is something I'm going to have to explain to Kylie and Lou and Isla and Lily and Sydney and Carter and Max. Like, I will have to explain this to them. So I kind of want to be a better person for the people that I'm helping. And it's also, it teaches you how to communicate, because I've obviously experienced more than Lou and Isla and you, and just based off of age, I've experienced more. And you and Sandy have obviously experienced way more than we have. But like,
one would hope.
But like, I go through things and I realize that everyone's going to have to go through it after me. So I go through things and I try and process it faster so that I can help Lou and you guys process it better than me, because I don't want anyone, like, I want it to be easier for everyone after me. So I try and like do everything really quickly so I can help everyone when they go through it, you know?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think is hard about being a younger sibling?
I don't know.
What do you think is hard for your sisters?
I think when I go to college.
No. I think it's just the younger siblings looking up to us, being like, why? I feel like because me and my sister differ so much.
Yeah.
It can also set like an unrealistic expectation because we're different people, you know? And sometimes like our parents compare me and my sister together, which is not valid because we're different people, you know? And sometimes I feel like I'm responsible. Like, why am I setting this thing when this doesn't apply to Lily, you know?
Yeah. It's also, you're right. I mean, like, just in general, parents compare kids to each other just because it's two children in the same household. Like, they're going to get compared at some point or another. And it sometimes it's healthy, sometimes it's not. But I think for a younger sibling, it could be harder to look up to your older sister and be like, wow, this is not me. And, like, it doesn't have to be you. Yeah. Like, Isla and I are not the same person. No. But I think sometimes it's hard for her to look up and be like, if Georgia turned out like this and I'm turning out like this, what's the difference? And I mean, the person she is an absolutely amazing person. Like, Lou and Isla are amazing people. Like, they're not bad people. They're just going in a different direction than me and Kylie went, which is okay. Kylie went in a different direction than I went. Yeah. And she's like my younger sister. So I think it's harder for them to look up and be like, and try and want to live up to your older sibling, because Isla would say to me when we were younger, like, oh, I want to be you when I grow up. And I'm like, please no, you don't want to be me when you grow up. But I think it's hard for them to like constantly compare themselves to their older sibling.